Hello and welcome back. We are episode number 6 this week, me and Lee, and we've got our Wigan World Champ Dean with us today. So we're going to have a little chat about...
Thanks for getting me on the show, guys. Appreciate it.
Yes, man.
So we're just going to have a little chat. Everyone's been up to predictions for Japan, because we've got Japan this weekend. Well, Chibo's called. I want to have a little chat about just general hybrid-y stuff as usual. So we'll start off with Lee. What have you been up to this week, lad?
Yeah, not much, lads. Obviously, I'm off work now, so I'm trying to balance keeping the kids entertained, eating at the same time. It's all a bit chaotic, but yeah, just chipping away. As I said on the last episode, still doing all my HYROX stuff, longer sessions, less intensity, feeling all right, feeling good, and not much really happening. Go away in a couple of weeks, so I'm looking forward to that. Just kind of deload and just take a bit of a full reset, and then the season for me starts. Yeah, so not much. Yeah,
I reckon I've got a race lined up. I haven't booked it yet, but I've got something in mind for a few months' time. So get ready for a 70-minute open doubles, boys. There's going to be something big on the cards.
HYROX, yeah.
Excited for that.
Are you returning to the course, pal?
Nice, that.
Yeah, I fancy it, lad. So
yeah,
nice. I fancy it. So I think I'm going to do Manchester. I think that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Before
Christmas or after?
Someone asked me to do an egg comp here actually the other day. Manchester's the 20th of Jan, yeah. 20th of Jan.
Yeah.
So give me plenty of time to build up like and fucking not bottle it. What about you? Obviously you've had a few weeks since Worlds. I know you've been plodding along on holidays, training camps in Mallorca, whatever. So what you're up to?
I mean, as Lee's just said then, he's going away, he's going to try and enjoy the deload, but I had to do it the other way around. So I took the deload straight off the back of the Worlds. And then my training started on the family holiday with the kids. Just because it's so close to the first race of the season, I didn't want to go away, eating shit, not training, coming home, starting again, with only 4 or 5 weeks to go. So I just thought, what better way to start than while I'm away? I used the heat to its advantage. There's all-inclusive buffet. You're in the pool every day. I ran every day. So I actually had a really good time. I had loads of time with the kids, but I also trained twice a day for every day, apart from one day. I trained twice a day while I was there. Come on, much better. Feel miles better, like getting ahead of
this has been the best. Yeah, because that's the best you've done on holiday for the past couple of years, isn't it? Because last year you put fucking 10k on when you went to Turkey. The year before you put about 10k on, so you've done well.
What I mean. I couldn't where I want to get to now for December. I couldn't afford to come home and be stressed and be overweight, and I just had to think about how I felt last year when I came home and I was depressed for 2 weeks because I was overweight. I was fucking zone 5 at like a 5-minute K pace, and you know what I mean? It's just not good. So I did go away with the intention of a holiday camp.
It's not worth it just for a few cakes, holiday. Like, is it?
Pardon?
No, nothing.
Oh, sorry.
So
the signal's going.
You've had a good few weeks. Training's been going. No, you've had a good few weeks. Training's been going well. You've had a nice little break with the kids. So for anyone, I don't think anyone doesn't, but anyone who doesn't know you, we'll go through a few of your stats. Give us your 5k, your 10k, your marathon, and obviously you've done a few Ironmans as well. So give us them.
Yeah. So my 5k, it's my PB is 15:21. I haven't done a 5k since then, like officially, but I'm actually going to do one next week. Next Thursday morning, I met a group of runners this morning at the track, and they're all doing a 5k next week. So I'm going to go and test it next week. Yeah. So 5k 15:21, 10k 33:30, half marathon 1:16, marathon 2:44, full Ironman 11 hours, half Ironman 4:50, and that's it.
Which one of them are you most proud of? Are you happiest with?
I'm going to say, I think, because I'm so involved with HYROX, I think my HYROX PB is the one I'm most proud of, because obviously you know how much work. I mean, everything takes a lot of work and a lot of commitment, but you know how much I've put into this HYROX. So the time I got 55 with you in Phoenix against some big names, that was something I actually was proud of. And then the Ironman, I think, second, just because it takes so much out of you. I committed my life again to that for 6 months, and I had no nutrition, I had no diet plan, I had no structure. I just trained every day and slogged it and finished really well. I got like 50th out of like 2,000. So I was buzzing with that.
Marc, that was on
Go on. Obviously, like, we all know you for your HYROX, but like, you're a beast, you lad, in terms of being an athlete. So like, you've said some of your times there, and I mean, just so everyone's listening, this is what I'm dealing with. So Mark's in my age group. He's he's actually world champ twice. So a lot of people will probably not know that you won the world championship doubles with Jake in Nice.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
So and then obviously in Sweden recently, you won the age group 35. Yeah, and then recently 35 to 39 age group champion. Looking at your result stats, it says you've raced 40 times, but you podium 30 of them. You're some athlete, you lad.
Yeah, I think some of those.
The one that you missed off there
was maybe races I was helping lads out with, so it wasn't just trying to get people PBs, lads from friends and stuff like that.
The other 10. Yeah. I'd like to remove them. Like if you could go on Roxfit and just say, "Can you take them out?"
Yeah, please. Nice. Yeah.
What's your FTP, Mark, on the bike?
FTP was
what's your FTP on the bike?
327.
Okay, and then obviously, we know when you're doing your Ironman, obviously you've got the run, the bike, the swim. Which one are you the strongest on the run, and are you the strongest in the swim, or where are you the strongest across the three?
So I think currently through doing HYROX, I think running's my strong point. But I mean, at the time, I always commit the most time to biking. And anyone that's watching that wants any advice on Ironman or triathlon training is commit the most time to biking, because it's the biggest distance. It's something that you can kind of recover from the swim and also prep for the bike. If you fucked on the bike, you're never going to recover from the swim, and you're never going to be able to recover to get onto the run good enough. So I think swimming's my worst favourite, and I'm the worst at it. Running my strongest point, but if I'm going to go back into triathlon again, I would commit 50% at least to the cycling.
That's interesting, yeah.
You can put massive hours in on the bike as well, can't you? Obviously, it'll improve your fitness. You can't put those massive hours in on the runs and it not fuck you. I mean, like there's some guys that are putting in like Luke is putting in like 30, 40 hours of training a week, but he's probably doing 20, 25 hours on the bike, isn't he? Because
it's crazy.
You can just get away with doing so much on the bike and stuff now.
And then I think the same with swimming as well. You can swim more, but
if you just
all you need to do is just correct some technique. Just perfect your technique.
Yeah, definitely.
When you done the Seville marathon, Mark, so obviously I followed you quite closely when you done that, and I know after the marathon, you on your socials you were quite heavily about your recovery. It took a bit longer. It had a massive impact on your body. So just talk us through like how that went, because obviously your running's really good. Why was the recovery so hard? What do you think happened after that?
I think people just underestimate like how much toll it does take on your body in a marathon. Like the furthest I'd ran in months, the furthest I'd ran in years since my last marathon, I never run more than 90 minutes. I did a couple of 2-hour runs the week before the marathon just to mentally kind of prep myself for it. But when you're at like whatever zone 3, zone 4 state for like over 2.5 hours, even if you feel comfortable, it's a lot of toll on your body. And it was literally a case of, I felt fine after it. Like anything easy was good. Just anything intense was like super hard for me to adapt to. My heart rate was sky high. I couldn't recover. And I was straight back into a fucking Elite 15 3 weeks after the marathon. So I feel like I just kind of, the intensity, I couldn't handle the intensity. And all I did for 6 weeks after that was just dig myself a deeper hole until Warsaw was finished. And then once Warsaw finished, I think I had a bit of a breakdown. My body just completely shut down. I felt shit. I was actually bloody depressed. I just wasn't myself after Warsaw. Adam knows what I was like. And I think that's why the Worlds meant so much to me, because I really wanted to win that. And I'd had a bit of a shit ride after the marathon, and it's just the intensity on the body. It's a lot, and people underestimate how much it actually is doing a 26 miles, especially when you're not conditioned for it. Like I'm conditioned for the paces, but I wasn't conditioned to run for 2.5 hours. And I think that's just what played the big part.
I think a couple of things there is like, I've said this to you before, one of your blessings and a curse for you is how strong your mindset is. So because you're so strong-willed, obviously during a marathon, you'll just hang on like fuck, and you'll just keep pushing and pushing and pushing until the end, then you'll just hang on and put yourself in the bin. And that's the same with the training a little bit. Obviously, you were focused on the Elite 15 post-marathon. You were like, well, it's getting done no matter what. Same with Warsaw. But obviously, it came off well after Warsaw. You pulled yourself out of it. And the goal from like January was to win age group, wasn't it? And it was tight towards the last few wall balls, lad, but you've done it.
I can't even think about how tight it was. I feel sick.
I mean, I was there, right? And it's one of It's one of them races that you just wish was televised, because I watched quite a lot of races over the weekend there, and that was what a race that was. I mean, I wanted to move on to that really, because obviously I watched the whole race, I watched it closely. Talk us through like your mindset a bit. Like, it's obviously we're not a mindset podcast, but I know the feeling when you're out there, and as you just said there, you put everything into being age group world champion. So I know for you a lot was riding on it. You've had that bit of a shit period where your training's been a bit crap. So talk us through like the race, you know, your nerves leading up to it, and then when you were in the race, how did you feel and so on? Just talk us a little bit through that.
Yeah, so I mean, like I say, I'll be honest, the pressure I put on myself leading up to that race, Adam came for the last week of my training, and I literally, mate, it sounds mad, but I wanted to like cry during sessions, because if anything wasn't perfect, or it's just the pressure I put on to win. Like I was not in a good place leading up to that Worlds. So I just had to like put my fitness into control really. And I knew how strong I was, and I knew where I needed to back off and where I needed to push. And thankfully the race plan went to plan. I managed to pull away from the row, which was always the plan, to recover on the row and pull away. And that's what happened. Ideally would have liked to have come in the wall balls a little bit further in front, but I knew 10 wall balls, even though it's 20, 30 seconds, it's still going to be tight for me because Julian's so strong on the wall balls. So I did not know I had it until I literally hit that 100th ball. I thought I'd lost it, to be honest with you. I literally thought it slipped out my hands this. I've lost it at frigging...
So did we.
Yeah, I was 10 balls in front, and then I was 5 behind at 95. So like, who the fuck pulls it back from 90 wall balls? But that's just the proof. I genuinely just thought I need to just keep going, because I knew he broke, and it's never over until that 100th ball. No matter what, it's never over. So I just concentrated on a good last 10, and thankfully it was enough. It was like 3 or 4 seconds of clearance, and that was it. I was just over the fucking moon, mate.
Yeah, I mean, obviously a little bit biased, but it was one of the best races that we watched over the weekend. That life, defo.
By a mile, lad. By a mile, it was brilliant. And I think
feel
you had like
sick
a good
thinking
little
about
team
it
there,
now.
so I always remember them last few wall balls. Julian, he had the ball in his hand, but he couldn't, like, his leg couldn't give him the momentum to shift the ball up. And then Stephen was coming in, and I was thinking, what's going on here? And then obviously you got over the line with those last few wall balls. And I mean, I think I was with 4 or 5 of your mates, Adam included, and they were just all hugging and jumping all over each other. But fair play to you, mate. I mean, I get nervous over my races, and nowhere near like as where you are, that kind of on the brink of the elite level, but absolutely phenomenal. So you staying on HYROX before we shift, what's your goals this season? Then you said you're building up to Christmas. What is your goal, lad? What will be a successful season for you next year?
So the reason why I've chose Christmas is because I want to try and be as real as possible. I'm not going to say, right, I'm going to be in the first Elite 15 major. The goal is to get back into the elites, but the way that things have been going, and I just figured to be a bit more real with myself and have a better goal that's more realistic, is to just pick the second elite race, which is in London, and I'm going to have set all my sights on that. So every race I do now is to aim towards getting in the elites for London. With it being a UK race, with it being able to take the family, because you can't take the family to all these races, it's too expensive. London's a possibility where I could be on the main stage, I could have my kids there, and I could kind of showcase to friends and family as well. So that's it. I'm just leading up to that. If I can get into Hamburg, I've got 2 races planned before Hamburg, so that'd be a bonus. But if not, it's just all eyes on December.
No pressure on you, Adam.
Yeah, I think it's realistic though, because obviously I think in the past he maybe would have said to himself, no, Hamburg, I need to be in for Hamburg. But looking at it realistically, like, London gives you enough time, because if you want to, you can maybe sneak in another race somewhere other than the races he's already got planned. So I think that's a good strategy. And it relieves a little bit of pressure as well. You know what I mean? 'Cause when there's too much pressure, you know, go on.
I was going to say Plan B, you've got the Division 1 now.
Plan B.
So the Division 1, I'm confident I can get into that. If you're in that, you're still televised, you're on the main stage, you're kind of part and parcel of it. So Elites is the first goal, but the Plan B is the Division 1, because you can still kind of showcase yourself and your sponsors and stuff on that stage. So that's another one I would like to be involved in if it's not the Elites.
If you win the Division 1, you can also get through to Elite 15 as well, can't you?
Yeah.
So if you win one of those Division 1 races, you get through to elites.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be. It's going to be on the grid.
Spoke about it much. So. Yeah, we've not spoke about it much. Obviously, it would have been nice to have possibly got some doubles in with George this year, but I think
Yeah.
because he's got a little one on the way and stuff. Not really sure.
Yeah.
So doubles isn't really on the horizon for you this year, is it so much?
No, not so much. I really do want to concentrate on myself. I am going to race with George. We are gonna pick a couple of races, but like I do feel like I'm at the back end of a career because, and if I don't do it now, I'm never going to do it. Like me and Leah are in the 35 to 40 category. Like there's these 20-year-olds coming through now, and the level I'm at now, if I don't do it now, I just don't think it will happen. So I want to concentrate on myself, be a little bit selfish in that respect, but I am going to race with George as well and just see how we get on with that. But priority is myself.
Yeah, it will be good racing with George. Obviously, you've done a 50 or 51, didn't you, in Warsaw? We said
Yeah,
before, George is a machine. So the pair of you are a really
yeah,
good pairing as well. I think you'd only
yeah.
take a couple of races if you did want to go down that avenue. A couple of races would get you enough points.
Yeah, I mean, he's different gravy again. He's just getting better and better and better. He hasn't even been doing it for 12 months, and he's won the world title. He's a 55 guy. So he's brilliant for me. We live local, so it makes sense to get together and not waste an opportunity. But it'll be kind of after I've done my solos, really.
Yeah. So before HYROX, obviously you knew George going back, if we look back towards the Ironman triathlon stuff, you knew George from the sort of Ironman typey stuff. You like doing that, don't you? Like you enjoy that type of training. Yeah, you
Yeah.
enjoyed doing the Ironman. It was potentially going to be on the cards for this year, but it was just too much, I think. So
Yeah.
would you eye up another one in the future? Do you think the training carries over well into HYROX?
Yeah, I am definitely going to keep my toe in the water with it. But as far as a full Ironman goes, that's just going to be on the back burner until my HYROX is finished. I think you could potentially get away with a 70.3 if you've got enough time to recover, like say 6 to 8 weeks before an event. But anything more than that, it's just far too much. I think sprint tries or Olympic tries are really good because it's the same kind of
Yeah.
thing you have with your legs. It's the conditioning your legs that you need. Like you said, a swimming's not really a factor. It's not going to break your body down. It's just the bike and the run's going to benefit you for HYROX. As long as the distance is okay and you can recover off 2 or 3 weeks, then I think it's fine. And obviously, I got a TT bike ready for the Ironman, and I ended up cancelling the Ironman, so I need to make use of the bike as well. So I will be doing a couple next year.
Because there's a few guys. Go on, I was going to say there's a few guys that have come from Ironman and Tri, isn't there? Isn't one of the Spanish guys?
Yeah.
He's come from like a Tri background. A few other
Yeah.
guys have done it and come in
Yeah.
and done really well. So obviously that base does give you a perfect start for.
I've recently
HYROX,
just spoke to Joe. Joe Skipper. Recently, just spoke to him.
Yeah.
I think he's quit triathlon now. He's going all in on HYROX, but I think other than some of the strength, like he'll comfortably run like 310s and 315s between stations. So they just need to work on a bit of strength. The tri lads, they've obviously really fit, but wall balls seem to fold them, sleds. So they just need to build that up. And then I think
The water ball's folded him last time, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when Lewis done his half, Lewis Overend, he done his half the
Yeah.
other week. And then he said coming back to HYROX stuff, it was difficult because the stations were just hard coming back after. Obviously, he's super fit. His running is incredible.
Yeah.
So coming back to the actual station bit was hard for him. Like,
Yeah, it is. I mean, like the weights, the pro weights, obviously they don't feel super heavy, but when you're trying to do them at pace to be up with the elite lads, there's a different ball game in getting through the stations
Yeah.
strong and getting through them fast. And I think that's the difference is when you're trying to put speed through them weights, then it becomes tough if you're not adapted to it.
yeah.
So then
definitely.
your week then, Mark, so obviously I don't know, but your week of training, like I obviously again follow you quite closely on the socials. I know you love your zone 2, I know you love your egg. So in the week then, what's that session that you dread doing? Like, is there a session where you think, wow, this is not what I'm built for?
Burpee. So burpees.
Yeah, I think sessions that scare me are like the super fast, hard, intense sessions. Like you go in the track and you've got to hit some like 310 paces or whatever, or you go into a HYROX slog and the 3 or 4 minutes works at like 315, 320 pace, just trying to be a bit quicker than you need. And it's that what scares me and I probably struggle with the most. And I like the long, sloggy zone 3 stuff. It's the really super high intent. I think that's why doubles is so hard work, because that's what level you've got to be at for that. And if I look at a session and it's like super fast in between stations, or the tracks are like super fast track session, then they're the ones that I procrastinate. Is that the word? Procrastinate?
No, lad, Yeah. I'm
yeah.
exactly the same. I'm exactly the same. I mean, me and Adam spoke about it before. Like, give me a solo race all day where I can go at my own pace. I can grind it out. Where you put me in them doubles. I race with Adam, who's just a different beast on the runs, and
Yeah.
it's just a different intensity for me. And I'm the same as you. Like, they're the ones that I think, oh, this is not what I want to do today, and I put it off and put it off. End up getting it done like later in the day that I'm thinking, I wish I'd just got it done earlier on. But yeah. I was just wondering. People obviously see your socials and think, all your sessions, you're singing and dancing through them all. So it's quite interesting to see that some of them are, you are pulling through just like the rest of us.
No, I definitely don't look forward to some stuff. And like I say, what I always just think to myself is, don't think, just do. Because the more you think, the worse it is. Just if you just crack on, in 60 minutes time, that session will be done. If you piss about for 30 minutes, you could have had it half session done. So just crack on with it. But it is hard on the brain.
Do you know what? It was mad because obviously he doesn't really like the short and really hard stuff. Do you know what he loves? He loves going Everton Brow and doing
What's that?
doing the hills at Everton Brow. Yeah, lad, he loves.
Oh yeah.
When we go to Everton, goes to the hills in Liverpool, he fucking loves that. Going up and down the bowl.
That, lads.
That zigzag is, lad, if you've ever done that zigzag, it's horrendous, isn't it?
Lad, I get chin splints just looking at it, mate. I only have to drive past and I've got chin splints looking up. I think, no way. Right, Mark, so we're looking at going where you come from then. So you come from a motocross background, and we're seeing quite a lot of athletes obviously coming in to like the hybrid event or the HYROX from that background. So tell us a little bit about how long you did it for, like how you got into it and why you think it transfers over well.
Yeah, so I mean, I raced for 10 years. It's kind of a family thing. Like all my dad, my uncles, they've all grown up racing. It's kind of just like a follow on from that. Started racing at 10, raced till I was around 20. And like I said, not only do you have to be bike fit, you have to obviously be physically fit. And a lot of the training is obviously strength and conditioning, but swimming, biking and running, because you need that good endurance base. And that's where I kind of started my journey with the triathlon. Not at the time, I didn't realise I would go into triathlon, but that's where I'd started training for it from being like 14 years old. So once I'd quit with the motocross, I just really enjoyed the running, the swimming, the biking. And that's when I just went into I did a little bit of bodybuilding, like strength training, and then just got stuck into that. And that's where it kind of came from. And a lot of lads now that are coming through from motocross, I have noticed there's more and more, because there's some lads that I didn't necessarily knew from back then racing. I just knew who they was. But now that they're all doing HYROX, like they all kind of know who I am now, where they didn't for years of motocross. So that's funny to get messages off people. Some lads that I actually looked up to that were better than me, that like wouldn't have looked at me then because I wasn't that great or whatever. It's nice now to like be above them on the HYROX scale. But yeah, I mean, it's just a solo. Motocross is very, very solo driven. It's very competitive. You've got 40 lads on a start line, all chasing that first corner, all chasing that race win. And it's same as HYROX. You're in that tent and you're not all spread out across one line, but you're all trying to get to that first ski erg before anyone else. And it's very competitive. You're on your own. There's no one else with you. And I think it's the same tactics. So I think that's why it's attracting a lot of lads that maybe have given up racing and want that next adrenaline. It's the same kind of thing as that.
Is that why Tony always wants to be first once to the ski?
Is that what it probably is? Yeah, because he probably didn't get first to start. Probably didn't get first at first corner at motocross. He's making up for it.
But when we were in Sweden, obviously we were in the taxi. If you remember, we had a few bevies, hadn't we? Like, so you and Tony were talking about people you knew in motocross, and obviously you'd both done similar sort of stuff. You had mutual friends. You were on the circuit at the same time, but you hadn't really crossed paths, which was mad because I wouldn't really associate, motocross sitting on a bike with like a big endurance sport. But obviously, like you say, you've got to be fit. You're holding onto the bike. You like you say, you're riding it, and you've got to be fit with it. So
yeah.
Not something I put together, but a lot of people come from it.
I've got a lot of friends, like years ago when I was at school, and I used to train before school for motocross. Like I'd run, I'd bike, I'd do all that, and everyone would be like, "Why?" Because all you do is that. All you do is sit in a seat and do that. But if I gave you my bike and said, "Right, you go around that track as fast as me for 35 minutes, then come and tell me how fit you need to be," and you do 3 races a day. So
Yeah.
you have to be it's very, very physically demanding.
Yeah.
I see you've got your two lads do it now as well, don't they, Mark? I see you pushing them two into it.
So
I see your
Mason
youngest, mate,
again.
he's flying around on his.
Yeah, so Mason's obviously wants to follow in my footsteps like I did with my dad's, and Louis obviously he just doesn't have a clue. He's faster. He's faster than Mason. He's only 3. He's rapid. But yeah, it's like I say, it's family.
I show my lads. I say, look at these two.
Yeah, Louis. I think Louis will be good if he.
Mason's going to be full MD, isn't he? He's going to HYROX.
I hope so. Yeah, I mean, he loves it. He loves having his fingers in a few pies, but he's not. He hasn't got that bottle yet to commit 100% to something. He likes doing bits and bats of everything. You know what I mean?
Bit of car washing, bit of HYROX.
Yeah, he's got 5 Instagram pages for all different businesses.
Mate, you're bringing them up well. That's what it's all about. Let them figure it out themselves.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, he was buzzing because he did a bit of 5K training with JK, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, so I got friendly with JK over the time he was over in England, and I took Mason to meet him for breakfast, and he'd written Mason a 5K training plan up. And he's the only young lad in the world what's getting messages off JK and getting a 5K plan, I think.
Lad, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was buzzing, wasn't he?
Yeah, but I knew.
Right, so
I knew Mason
going off the motocross now, let's go on.
Sorry, no, it's just that it was delayed. I was still talking. All right.
That's Mason, lad. That's just Mason, lad. Yeah, moving off the motocross, let's have a little look at what's going on with the HYROX world. And so we've got Japan this weekend. So a couple of big names racing. Cole is having a run out. First time we've seen him having a proper run out in a while.
Yeah.
Obviously had the debacle in Wales, which was a shame really, because I really wanted to see where he was at with Wales. He looked super fit going into Wales, to be honest.
I mean, he was in our top 5,
because Josh had a really strong start to the season. Yeah, definitely mine. Yeah, Josh had a really strong start to last season, but then obviously had his hamstring injury, so that put him off. So it's interesting to see where he's at, even though he's moved coaches. So he was formerly with Chris. He's with a couple of other guys now. So it'd be interesting to see how they stack up against each other, and just both where they're at individually with their own times and whatever. So who do you think is going to come out on top between the two?
I mean, I think Cole has the progression he's made in the last 12 months is phenomenal. He's just so strong. He's so fast. He's put everything into it. I mean, I wouldn't bet anybody getting within a minute of him, to be honest with you.
Do you reckon?
I've looked at it as well. I mean, I think, I agree. I think looking at him on that treadmill, looking at him on a split on his runs, he's
doing this at 3:10 pace.
Lads, looks like he's in serious shape. I mean, he's probably got a little bit of a fire in his belly as well. Obviously, coming off the back of Wales, he wants to put a statement out. John Wynn's going as well. Jake Williamson's there. Kane Bayesians. So, it's an all right little field considering it's quite a distance to go. I think Cole takes the win.
I think
as Mark said, I can't see anyone being within a minute of him.
There's some good lads still going, like you say. But I just think Cole's in a different league. I think Josh will be second, but again, you don't know until you race. So he's super strong, super fit. But I think the last solos he did was it December, Sydney? Melbourne? Was it? Or was it Phoenix when he did his leg?
I think so.
Yeah.
So you can't until you get on that field. You don't know how you're going to feel like.
Yeah, did he pull out Phoenix? Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I think he's still strong enough for a second. But I think Cole's a different league.
Yeah, I think so, mate. I mean, he has been making some mad progress this year, Cole. I mean, I remember you coming back from Melbourne in December, and you were like, "Lad, Cole was running 3:30 pace, talking at the front of the track."
Yeah.
And now, like looking at him on that treadmill this morning, he is, which is wild. Like, so it should be a good win for him. Some more good points. He's already in about 5th position, I think. He's pretty high up, I think, with the points.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
So it should be some good performance this weekend. Yeah.
There's a couple of girls. I've looked at the female starting list as well, and there's Camilla Massas. She'll be there. And I'm going to kill her second name yet. Lebentet or something. But she's obviously well known on the circuit. I think she's got the fastest time going. There's some good athletes travelling. We were speaking as again on a previous podcast about how far are you willing to travel if you're at to get them points. How far would you be willing to go? Because obviously a lot of these athletes are looking at travelling to these easier events. Or
Yeah.
well, where it's
I
probably easier.
mean, it'd be nice. I'd like to say I'd be able to go anywhere. Like, obviously, I went to Melbourne because that was Elite 15. That was like a once in a lifetime. Well, not once in a lifetime, but it was a very good opportunity for me. So I jumped at that. But just to go and do a normal race for someone like me and you, we need to leave everything behind, families and kids and stuff. Like, you've got to go for at least a week, if not 10 days, to like Japan. You can't just turn up to Japan. So people that are doing that have not got any responsibilities. They're in a position they can do that, where I'd have to draw a line, really. I couldn't just take off to Japan because it's 2 weeks. It's up to 2 weeks break, isn't it? And it's just sometimes it's too long for you got family and stuff. So I would go as far as I could, where maybe I could do like, I don't know, like 4 days. So travel enough so I've just got like a day either side and it's not going to interfere with the race. But anything other than that, unless it's planned and everyone knows about it with months to go, then it's not something I could just jump at.
And it's a shame, really, innit? Because then that means that you've got to compete with the harder European fields, and you're going to have to go to the races where the strength of field's going to be ridiculous.
Mate, my plan is to be that
If you
fit
look
that
at
it
the last
doesn't
couple of
matter
weeks,
who's there. That's my plan.
Good lad. I hope so. Honestly, I'll be rooting for you.
What's your next race, Lee? What have
Keeps
you got
out of
planned,
my
mate?
age group as well. If you can fuck off out my age group, then I can. If you can fuck off out the age groups in the elites, then I can compete with the other like 4 or 5 lads that are around me.
If I can,
I'm doing
if I can do
my
that for
next
you,
one,
pal, I
mate.
will.
Just the doubles.
Promise you that. What's that, pal?
Good. I have trust in Adam. Trust in your coaching with him, Adam.
Birmingham next for Lee, he said.
Yeah, lad, Birmingham for me.
Right, okay, sweet. Are you feeling? What's your training like at the minute? Are you more focused on yourself, or are you still doubles? Or
no. So I mean, I'll go both. I'll do a bit of solos. I'll do probably have a good go at the doubles. Me and Adam will see, as you said earlier. We're at that age now where it's either now or it'll be never. You know what I mean? I think we can obviously get in that Division 1 to rack up a good few races. I think that's like within the touching distance. So we'll got a couple of doubles booked to see how it goes, and then I will do some pro solos and I'll do some open solos because I love them solo races and just seeing where I'm at in terms of my fitness. And obviously there's Hong Kong next year's the Worlds. Whether I'll go there or not, I'm not too sure because it's a bit of a, as you said before, I'm going to need at least 10 days to get there, get settled, and with family and with my job, it's just tough, mate. So we'll see, but I'll just enjoy the season, see what I can do, see where I can get in terms of like me times, and and if there's any progress, I'll just keep chipping away.
Yeah, definitely. I think with Hong Kong, I'll definitely make the
Wales
effort for that trip.
with Wales being in Hong Kong, it's really tough because you want to appease the mass audience, which is obviously Europe. Yeah. So you want to try and make sure most of them can attend because that's the way you get the most people qualifying. But then if you're trying to push the emerging markets, like you're trying to push Asia, you're trying to push, that side of the world, you need to have the events over there. And the Chinese events now are selling out like in an hour. You know what I mean? It's not like it was where you'd be able to get tickets for a couple of weeks. These events are selling out quick now because one of my mates tried to book, is it Shanghai? And it was sold out in like 15 minutes. It was like a UK event.
Yeah.
So it's getting big.
Big Jezza's the number one HYROX guy over there now, and he's like the sheriff in Japan, Jezza.
He's a celeb lad. He's a celeb lad. Yeah, because he's this big 7-foot tattooed guy. They must love him, lad.
Yeah.
Poster boy.
But I think it'll be good that in Hong Kong, like it will be good. But again, going back to the abroad races, I think if you can travel, like look at your mate there, Fabi. He's travelled the past couple of weeks and it's paid off. He's had a first place and he's had a 4th place overall, so he's got some points from travelling. Obviously, I don't know his situation. I don't think he's got any kids, so it's a little bit different for him. His missus is also like an elite HYROX athlete, so they're always going to be prepared to travel. So it is going to benefit those people who are willing to get over to those events. Like look at Tony and Kieran. They went straight after Worlds the next week, boom, to Indonesia, bagged some points there. So it's going to favour those people who can afford to race in those type of obscure sort of places, like, isn't there? So it'll be tough this year, but we'll see. Like you say, rely on the fitness.
Yeah, go all in.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Rely on the fitness, and then doesn't matter who turns up. Simple as that.
Right, then I think we can wrap up, Mark. I think we've covered everything with you, mate. I think obviously really appreciate you jumping on. I know you've got a lot going on, especially with your training and that, and we'll be keeping a close eye on you. I know Adam will anyway, and me, obviously, because age group reasons, but maybe rooting for you. I think, hopefully you get that target, you get that goal that you want this year, mate.
Just before you go, do you want to tell people what races you've got lined up, or are you just going to leave it as I've got races before London and that's it?
Yeah, I mean, like I say, I'm not I'm not. I'd rather not attract more people, but I'm not bothered about letting anyone know. So I'm going to do Tenerife.
keep it to yourself if you want, lad.
Sorry, I've lost you. The signal's gone. I've lost you. You there, boys? Tenerife's the next one, anyway.
Right, we'll leave it at Tenerife then. Yeah. So coming to Tenerife in a couple of weeks. So yeah. I'll be back in 10 days. So I'll catch up with you when I'm back. We'll get some. We'll get over to Everton Hills for a few sprints and a few.
Yeah, well, when you're back, let's get Lee Tanner out on the hills and get a session with Liam when you're back.
Lad, he's not allowed to do anything like that. He'll get shouted at by Aaron.
Broken man.
Oh, really?
Fuck off. Take no notice, lads. Right, nice one, lads. See you
Thank you, lads.
See you soon.
Thanks for getting us on.
Ta-ra,
Appreciate it. See you later.
Ta-ra, lads.